Stop scrolling immediately. We need to talk about the curvy artistic genius who looked at the creative world's obsession with starving artist stereotypes and narrow beauty standards, said absolutely not, and then proceeded to build such a powerful artistic empire that major galleries, brands, and creative institutions are literally competing for her attention while she's redefining what it means to be both a serious artist and a digital influencer. This is Victoria Haddad, and if you think this is just another artist success story, prepare to have your mind completely blown, because this isn't about someone who chose between artistic credibility and commercial success. This is about a creative revolutionary who proved that curves, artistic brilliance, and strategic influence building create the most unstoppable combination the art world has ever witnessed. But here's the plot twist that will absolutely shock you. While traditional art critics were debating whether social media was destroying real art and influencers were avoiding serious creative work, Victoria was busy proving that digital platforms could actually elevate artistic expression, reach wider audiences, and create sustainable creative careers that previous generations of artists could only dream of. And the most incredible part? She did this all while dealing with art world gatekeepers who couldn't understand how someone could be both seriously creative and commercially successful, beauty industry standards that tried to limit her self-expression, and social media algorithms that weren't designed to support artistic content. Yet she conquered them all. We're talking about someone who took the struggling artist narrative, completely flipped it into a thriving creative entrepreneur reality, and proved that curves and creativity are a powerful combination that attracts audiences, inspires other artists, and generates the kind of authentic influence that changes entire creative cultures. Get ready, because this story is about to revolutionize everything you thought you knew about art, influence, and what happens when unstoppable creative talent meets strategic digital brilliance. Here's where Victoria's journey becomes absolutely legendary, and I'm talking about the kind of creative breakthrough that happens when someone refuses to accept artificial limitations between artistic integrity and audience building, proving that authentic creativity creates the most powerful influence possible. The creative landscape that Victoria entered was divided by outdated gatekeeping systems that maintained artificial separations between serious art and commercial content, between gallery artists and digital creators, between creative integrity and financial success. These divisions were limiting opportunities for countless talented artists. Victoria analyzed these limitations and identified them as massive opportunities disguised as industry barriers. She understood that audiences were hungry for authentic creative content that combined genuine artistic skill with personal relatability, and she positioned herself to fill that gap with unprecedented precision. Her approach to artistic development was methodical and audience-focused rather than just self-indulgent creative expression. Victoria created comprehensive artistic content that educated audiences about creative processes, demonstrated advanced technical skills, and provided genuine value rather than just pretty pictures or inspirational quotes. But here's what made her absolutely brilliant. Victoria's artistic work wasn't separate from her influence building. It was the foundation of it. Every piece she created, every process she shared, every technique she demonstrated was simultaneously authentic artistic expression and valuable content that served her growing audience. The art world's response to Victoria's approach was initially confusion because she didn't fit their traditional categories. Art critics weren't sure how to evaluate someone who was simultaneously creating gallery-worthy work and building massive social media followings through genuine artistic education and inspiration. Make sure you smash that subscribe button right now, because we're constantly bringing you these incredible stories of women who revolutionize creative industries through authentic artistry and strategic influence building. Don't miss these inspiring artistic breakthrough stories. Subscribe now. Her impact on digital art culture was immediate and measurable. Other artists began studying her approach to content creation, audience engagement, and creative monetization. Art schools started incorporating social media strategy into their curricula, recognizing that Victoria had proven sustainable creative careers required both artistic excellence and audience development. Now let me tell you about the specific artistic projects that made Victoria Haddad a creative legend, And I'm talking about work so innovative and culturally impactful that it's being featured in major exhibitions while simultaneously generating millions of views and inspiring countless other artists. Breakthrough Project Number 1: the Body Positivity Art Series Revolution. Victoria created a comprehensive artistic series celebrating curvy bodies through sophisticated visual techniques that elevated body confidence messaging into high art while maintaining genuine empowerment impact for her audience. The series was revolutionary because it proved that body positivity content could achieve artistic sophistication without losing its empowerment message. Victoria's work inspired viewers while demonstrating legitimate artistic achievement that gallery critics had to acknowledge and respect. Breakthrough Project Number 2: the Digital Traditional Art Integration Masterpiece. She developed innovative techniques for combining traditional artistic media with digital creation tools, producing works that existed simultaneously in physical and digital spaces while serving both gallery audiences and online communities. Her integration approach was groundbreaking because it challenged artificial separations between digital and traditional art forms. Victoria proved that contemporary artists should embrace all available tools rather than limiting themselves to historical techniques or purely digital methods. Breakthrough Project 3: the Interactive Audience Art Experience. Victoria created artistic projects that incorporated audience participation and feedback into the creative process, making viewers feel like collaborators rather than passive consumers while maintaining her artistic vision and professional standards. The interactive approach was brilliant because it transformed art consumption into art participation, creating deeper connections between artists and audiences while generating more engaging content for digital platforms. Her audience became invested in her creative journey rather than just admiring finished products. Breakthrough Project 4: the Cultural Bridge Building Art Initiative. She created works that celebrated diverse cultural perspectives. Here's where Victoria's impact becomes truly transformative. She didn't just succeed within existing creative frameworks. She completely shattered every barrier that had been limiting curvy artists, digital creators, and creative entrepreneurs who wanted to build sustainable artistic careers. Barrier Number 1: the serious art versus commercial success false choice. The art world maintained artificial assumptions that genuine artistic integrity was incompatible with commercial success or audience building. Victoria obliterated this limitation by proving that authentic creativity actually attracts larger, more engaged audiences. Her commercial success funded more ambitious artistic projects rather than limiting them. The income from her influence work provided financial freedom to pursue experimental artistic directions without worrying about immediate profitability. She demonstrated that commercial success can liberate rather than constrain artistic expression. Barrier Number 2: the artist body type discrimination. Creative industries had subtle but pervasive biases that favored certain body types for artistic representation and opportunities. Victoria's success forced these communities to confront their shallow assumptions and focus on actual creative merit rather than appearance judgments. Her artistic achievements were so compelling that her physical appearance became irrelevant to critical evaluation. Victoria opened doors for other curvy artists who had been marginalized despite their talent, while proving that diverse body representation actually strengthens artistic communities. Barrier Number 3: the digital versus traditional art hierarchy. Established art institutions maintain superiority assumptions about traditional media over digital creation, limiting opportunities for contemporary artists who embraced modern tools and platforms for creative expression and audience development. Victoria's work achieved recognition in traditional art spaces, while her digital techniques gained appreciation in established creative communities. She proved that medium versatility is a strength rather than a lack of focus, and that contemporary artists benefit from embracing all available creative tools. Barrier Number 4: the individual versus community creative competition. Traditional art culture encouraged competitive approaches that treated other artists as threats rather than collaborators. Victoria proved that community building and artist support actually create more opportunities for everyone involved. Her collaborative approach generated more successful projects, broader audience reach, and stronger industry relationships than competitive strategies could achieve. Victoria demonstrated that artistic success multiplies when artists support rather than compete with each other. Let me reveal the sophisticated approach that Victoria used to transform artistic talent into sustainable influence empire. And these tactics are so effective that creative professionals across every discipline are studying her methodology and adapting it to their own artistic practices. Empire strategy number 1. Educational content integration. Every piece of content Victoria created served multiple purposes, showcasing her artistic work, teaching creative techniques, and building her authority as an artistic educator. Her posts weren't just promotional, they were comprehensive learning experiences. The educational approach created compound benefits where students became followers, followers became customers, customers became advocates who shared her content and recommended her work to others. She built a community around learning and growth rather than just consumption and admiration. Empire strategy number 2. Authentic personality amplification. Victoria's influence strategy was built on genuine personality integration rather than artificial personal branding. Her authentic enthusiasm for creative work, honest discussions about artistic challenges, and real responses to audience questions created trust. The authenticity wasn't just about being relatable, it was about being genuinely helpful and inspiring to her audience. People followed her not just for entertainment but for motivation, education, and creative inspiration that actually improved their own artistic development and creative confidence. Empire strategy number 3. Cross-platform content optimization. Different social media platforms served different purposes in her overall strategy. Instagram showcased finished artwork and visual processes. YouTube provided in-depth tutorials and creative discussions. TikTok offered quick tips and behind-the-scenes moments. The multi-platform approach created multiple touchpoints for audience engagement while protecting her from algorithm changes or platform limitations. Her influence wasn't dependent on any single platform's success because she had built sustainable audiences across multiple channels and creative communities. Empire strategy number 4. Community building excellence. Victoria didn't just accumulate followers, she cultivated a creative community where members supported each other's artistic development, shared resources, celebrated successes, and collaborated on projects that benefited everyone involved. The community approach transformed her influence from personal brand dependency into sustainable creative ecosystem that could continue thriving regardless of her individual posting frequency or platform changes. Her audience became self-sustaining and mutually supportive. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because we're constantly bringing you these amazing empire-building stories of artists who transform their creativity into sustainable influence while inspiring others. Hit that notification bell. The transformation Victoria created within creative culture has been so profound that it's fundamentally changed how the entire art world thinks about digital platforms, audience development, and what kinds of sustainable careers are possible for contemporary artists. Her influence on art education has been revolutionary. Art schools, creative workshops, and artistic institutions began incorporating social media strategy, audience development, and business planning into their curricula, recognizing that Victoria had proven these skills were essential for contemporary artistic success. The impact on digital art culture has been equally significant. Online creative communities now prioritize authentic skill sharing, collaborative development, and supportive networking rather than competitive posturing that doesn't contribute to artistic growth or creative advancement. Her influence on creative industry business practices was substantial. Art dealers, gallery owners, and creative agencies realized that embracing digital platforms and diverse artist representation expanded their potential talent pool while appealing to broader collector and consumer bases. The cultural bridge-building aspect of her work created opportunities for underrepresented artists who gained visibility and support through Victoria's platform and community-building efforts. Her success generated benefits that extended far beyond her individual achievements. The cultural bridge-building aspect of her work created opportunities for curvy women worldwide who found inspiration and practical guidance through her fashion content, style education, and authentic representation that transcended geographic and cultural boundaries. Her impact on global fashion marketing elevated overall industry standards by proving that authentic representation generated better consumer engagement and business results than artificial exclusivity or narrow beauty standards that excluded the majority of potential consumers. The economic implications of her influence created new market opportunities for inclusive fashion brands, curvy model representation, and diverse fashion content creators who found expanded possibilities through the pathways her success had opened and legitimized across international fashion markets. Sylvia Gonzalez didn't just become a successful curvy fashion model and influencer. She proved that authentic representation combined with strategic excellence creates the most powerful formula for revolutionizing entire industries while building sustainable success that inspires millions. Make sure you subscribe right now because we're constantly bringing you these incredible stories of fashion revolutionaries who transform entire industries through authentic excellence while building empires that serve their communities and inspire others to pursue their own modeling and influence dreams. Hit that notification bell and join our community celebrating models who prove that curves and high fashion create the perfect combination for success, that authentic representation enhances rather than limits opportunities, and that the most powerful influence comes from breaking barriers while building something extraordinary. Sylvia showed the fashion world that beauty comes in every size, that curvy models elevate rather than compromise fashion aesthetics, and that the most sustainable success comes from authentic representation that serves both individual achievement and broader cultural progress toward inclusive excellence.